the vast, shimmering expanse of the ocean, where sunlight dances on the waves and life thrives in myriad forms, a dark tale unfolds beneath the surface. Meet Luna, a once vibrant dolphin, now a haunting figure of suffering. Her sleek body, a marvel of nature's design, is marred by a horrific wound, a grotesque reminder of the unseen battles waged in the depths of the sea. As we dive deeper into her world, we are confronted with the chilling reality of a mussel infestation that has taken hold of her body, transforming her from a symbol of grace into a vessel of despair. Imagine, if you will, the moment Luna first felt the insidious grip of these marine parasites. Tiny, unassuming mussels, often overlooked in the grand tapestry of ocean life, have found a way to latch onto her skin, burrowing into her flesh with a tenacity that is both fascinating and repulsive. These mollusks, with their hard, calcified shells, are not just hitchhikers. They are predators in their own right, feeding off the very life force of their host. As they multiply, they create a grotesque landscape of infection, a dark patchwork of swollen tissue, and festering wounds that tell a story of suffering and survival. The infestation begins innocently enough, with a few mussels attaching themselves to Luna's skin, but as they proliferate, they form clusters that can weigh down her body, making it difficult for her to swim, hunt, or even breathe. The once joyful clicks and whistles that echoed through the ocean are now replaced by a haunting silence, punctuated only by the sound of her labored breaths. The mussels, in their relentless pursuit of sustenance, have turned her into a living buffet, feasting on her flesh while she struggles to escape their grasp. As we examine the wound more closely, the horror becomes palpable. The mussels, now embedded deep within her tissue, under the relentless African sun, the king of the savannah lay hidden, cloaked in a coat as white as the first snow. But today, his majesty was marred by a grotesque sight. A hideous, festering wound gaped open on his flank, a wound so dreadful that it seemed as if the very soul of the earth itself had clawed its way out through his flesh. The lion's once pristine coat was smeared with a revolting mixture of blood, pus, and something far more sinister. Nestled within the raw, throbbing mass was a seething hive of bees. The sight was enough to churn the strongest stomachs. Bees swarmed and buzzed incessantly around the festering wound, their tiny bodies weaving in and out of the lion's flesh as if it were a grotesque lava. The air was thick with the sickly sweet stench of decay and the incessant, maddening hum of the bees. In a dark and unsettling twist of nature, the hive had taken root in the lion's open wound. This ghastly phenomenon, though rare, is not beyond the realm of possibility. Bees, often seen as benign pollinators, can turn into opportunistic invaders under the right circumstances. The infestation likely began when the lion sustained a deep wound, exposing fresh, moist tissue. Attracted by the scent of blood and the potential shelter, a queen bee might have ventured into the lion's flesh, laying the foundation for the hive. The worker bees followed, drawn by the pheromones of their queen and the promise of a new home. The infestation is a macabre dance of survival. These, ever diligent, tirelessly work to expand their hive, oblivious to the agony of their unwitting host. They fortify their new home with wax and honey, creating a sticky, glistening fortress within the lion's flesh. The lion, in turn, endures the relentless assault, his body a battleground for this bizarre invasion. The bee's activities exacerbate the wound, preventing it from healing and exposing the lion to further infection. The constant buzzing and stinging create a perpetual state of torment for the lion, driving him to the brink of madness. Yet, in a cruel twist of fate, the lion is rendered helpless, unable to rid himself of his tiny tormentors. This gruesome spectacle forces us to confront the darker aspects of nature. The bee infestation serves as a start in the dense, shadowy underbrush of a tropical rainforest. A scene unfolds that is both captivating and grotesque. A monkey, once a lively creature swinging through the trees, now finds itself in a nightmarish predicament. Its fur, usually a vibrant tapestry of browns and golds, is matted and stained, revealing a horrific wound that has become a breeding ground for a swarm of insects. This is not just a simple injury. It is a grotesque tableau of nature's darker side, where life and death dance in a macabre waltz. As we peer closer, the details become chillingly clear. The wound, a gaping hole in the monkey's side, is not merely a result of a predator's bite or a careless fall. It is an open invitation to a host of opportunistic insects, each one eager to claim their share of the feast. Flies buzz incessantly, their iridescent bodies darting in and out of the wound, laying eggs that will hatch into maggots. the ultimate scavengers of the animal kingdom. These larvae will burrow deeper into the flesh, feeding on the decaying tissue, a process that is as fascinating as it is repulsive. The infestation is a grim reminder of nature's relentless cycle of life and death, and as the maggots feast, they inadvertently aid in the decomposition of the monkey's body, breaking down organic matter and returning nutrients to the soil. This process, while essential for the ecosystem, is a brutal one, showcasing the harsh realities of survival in the wild. The monkey, weakened and in pain, is a victim of this cycle, a casualty of the unforgiving laws of nature. Yet, it is not just the maggots that contribute to this gruesome scene. Ants, attracted by the scent of decay, swarm around the wound, their tiny bodies working in unison to strip away any remaining flesh. They are nature's cleanup crew, but their efficiency comes at a cost. The monkey's suffering is palpable, a stark contrast to in the quiet stillness of a sun-drenched meadow. A striking white horse grazes, its coat shimmering like fresh snow. But beneath this serene exterior lies a gruesome secret. A horrific barnacle wound festers on its flank, a grotesque reminder of nature's darker side. As we draw closer, the camera zooms in on the infected area, revealing clusters of barnacles that cling to the horse's skin, their hard shells glistening ominously in the sunlight. This is not the picturesque scene one might expect in a pastoral setting. Instead, it is a shocking spectacle of survival gone awry. Barnacles, those seemingly innocuous marine creatures, have found an unlikely host in this majestic equine. Normally, they thrive on the rocky surfaces of ocean floors, but in a bizarre twist of fate, they have latched onto the horse. Much like an unwanted guest at a party, these crustaceans, while fascinating in their own right, can wreak havoc when they infest an animal that is not designed to accommodate them. Their sharp, calcareous shells burrow into the skin, causing pain, inflammation, and a multitude of secondary infections.